So I can't even put gas in this thing. Really? A helicopter? What are the chances? Jesus Christ. Okay, one of the most frustrating things about this truck is I can't even put gas in it right now. I can, but it has to be done at such a slow rate that it literally takes like 10 minutes just to fill up a tank of gas. So this is actually a very common problem, not just on these, but also on a ton of different makes and models and stuff like that. So today we're going to go ahead and cover what the heck I had to do in order to try to resolve this problem. Got them high quality Pittsburgh Harbor Freight. Hopefully they don't crush my sternum. Give it the old wobble test. Seems safe, minus the possible Harbor Freight jack stand issue. Okay, so now we got to get our parts or our tools together. Okay, so I think this is pretty much all I need for this job. A 10 mil wrench. I think there's a couple different ways to do it, but if you guys don't have any of these, I would highly recommend you go get them. So this is a pair of long reach 90s. I mean, they're actually not 90s, they're a little bit off, and then some long reach straights. If you don't have these in your toolbox, you need them. I have them both here at home and at work. So let's go ahead and get in there. Get on our creeper and slide under here. So this is our charcoal canister. This is what we're taking out of here. The pliers are for the hoses and stuff up top. Some of them, there's a couple of connections. One of them I think it's easier to access from outside in the fender well, or we could actually access it from under here. It's your choice. There's a few electrical connections as well as a couple hoses, but we're gonna make short work of that. So under here there are 10 mil bolts that hold the charcoal canister to the frame, so you'll have to get those as well. Just take off whatever you can. There's one electrical connector. The other ones we might have to wait until we get under the truck. So let's go ahead and start on 10 mils. So there's two on the back side here, closest to the axle, and one on the front side, closest to the gas tank. So another tall tale sign, so here's this other sensor we gotta unplug. So another tall tale sign is sometimes so there might be a check engine light for this, which I did have one time, okay? And then also I had, what was it? Where you'll fuel up and it literally refuses to start. Like it's crazy. Oh, this has hang on, what is this? Oh, this is your vapor output. Well, see, that just clips into the frame rail. It's kind of weird, but that's how they do it. And then we got this other hose on top in which we got to pinch two spots. If I can't get it with the pliers, I might go get a little flathead screwdriver would probably make short work of this. So let's see what we got here. Come on. So I'm just going to use a regular little flathead here. This line right here in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll do my best. So it's got one of those goofy little clips. Okay. There we go. Look, we got it. All right. Let's head back to the tailgate. So here we have the old charcoal canister. Now, this works a lot like your, I would guess your water filters on like your refrigerators and stuff like that, from what I hear, where it's just like it's got activated charcoal inside of it. And basically, so this vents to the outside, right? This was in the frame rail, this tube right here, which is on the outgoing side of this valve. So what it does is gas vapor coming off of the tank. So as you fill, let's picture this as the fuel tank. So as you fill with liquid, obviously whatever air was occupying that space has to go somewhere, right? So it comes over here, and whatever doesn't get sent to the fuel rail, so it'll reburn the vapor into the intake up there. It vents it out after it like goes through the charcoal. So there's no, that's why you don't smell it. Now, if you got a vehicle that's like customized and stuff like that and doesn't have one of these, that's why more often than not you'll smell more fuel around them, is because the tank doesn't have this cleansing system on it. It's not really a big deal. It's just, well, I guess if vapors are kind of your, if you're afraid of blowing up, I guess, I don't know. It is what it is. What are you gonna do, you know? Are you gonna hassle somebody about, you know, not having this on their car? So I got some parts. Okay, so box from Nissan, and this little guy came in a manila envelope. I already threw that away. So what we have here is a genuine Nissan charcoal canister. People call it all kinds of things: charcoal canister, vapor canister, all kinds of things. But the let's see, Nissan part number, I don't know. I think that is the correct number. So if you guys want to get one of those, and then the valve assembly, see, it's just a direct replacement with that. So let's go get some of this. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this guy here. If we wanted to take this off here, there's this little tab right here. So you have to pinch that down and turn it, and then it unlocks. It gets to an unlock spot, which is, should be right about there. There we go, and pops out. So if you look, see how this is like got little raised plastic pieces on it? It can only lock in there a certain way. So if any of you other guys go to do this, it has to line up right about there. Yeah, come on, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. So it pops in right about there, and then you turn it over and then snap it in via this little snap right here. So we don't have to pop this one off, but I did want to show how that goes. So we're just going to put our brand new one on here. But first things first, if you guys don't have any dielectric grease, I would definitely recommend it. Sometimes it's also called silicone grease. So that's really good on O-rings and stuff like that. Keeps them from tearing or stuff like that upon install. And if you ever need to take it back apart, it also makes it easier to get apart. So everybody wins. Just a little dab will do you. Just put that on there, and then just like the other one, so it's got all the locking points just as the other one had. See? And the inside of that, yeah, you can see them. See the little cutouts? So what we got to do, we just line it up just like we did the other one. Put it together like that, swivel it over, snap it together just like that. Perfect. Okay, now we got to get these crappy old hoses off. Oh, well, that came off. That came off rather easy. So we'll put that on there. We got this little fuel line here. Let me grab some pliers. This is why I advocate for these, especially for these little crappy clamps like this. See these? Yeah, dude, super easy. You just whoop, like that, done. And then break it loose and pull. Done and done. Look at that. Put that on there. Put our clamp back on. Make it happy. Come on, come on. Making a liar out of me. Dang it. Okay. Now we also got this little sensor here. I don't know what it does. I don't know if it's, I guess I could look up this part number on here to see what it is. I'm not sure if it reads pressure or if it reads like a, I don't know. I don't know if this is like a map sensor. Not a map sensor, but it's just a pressure sensor. I don't know if it's a pressure sensor or if there's something else going on there. I'm not really sure. So once again, little dab will do you. Put a wee bit silicone grease on that bad boy, like that. Rub it around like that. Okay. And then we'll snap it in, just like this. Pow! Look at that. Done and done. But we do got to get this bracket off here, so I got to go get. I might be wrong. It might be a 12. Oh, it is a 12. Look at that. Wrong. Ooh. That one's getting the best of me right there. Okay, that's really in there. Let me grab the impact. I didn't want to slip and punch myself in the face. It would have been awesome for ratings, though. Wow, that thing's in there. Holy crap. This is way overkill. But, this thing right here, I mean, it's okay for light jobs. This little Craftsman, it's lithium. Battery's still good, but it just doesn't have the torque, man. So I use a DeWalt, just a 1/4-inch hex DeWalt that I use every day at work, pretty much on tons of jobs. It has way more torque than that thing. I mean, like I said, this is good for some small jobs, but it just doesn't have the guts to really just hammer on something and break it loose. I mean, you get lucky sometimes, but I mean, it might help you take a fender off or something like that, but nothing crazy. So that guy goes like that. And I'm gonna take this guy. Watch, it probably won't even break this loose. Oh. Nope, it did. Okay. Get that out of the way. Put this over here. You know what? Maybe I should put some PB Blaster on some of this, huh? What do you think? I'm just over here fighting myself. I should have sprayed this stuff down before. So, a little dab. Come on. I'm trying not to spray all the fluid out at once. Oh, geez, like that. Exactly like that. So, here we go. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and put this on, shall we? That goes like that. And that's under some tension, dude. I wouldn't have anticipated that. Now, if everything goes right, we may end up getting rid of this little doohickey here, but I don't know. It might work. Well, we got some plans. You guys are going to see it. Hopefully, everything works out, and we're able to do what I want to do with this, because it's going to be freaking amazing. To be 100% honest with you guys, like I'm pretty sure none of you guys will see it coming. Some of the parts you guys have probably already seen in one of my other videos and just did not even realize it. Come on. Ta-da! There we go. Look at that. All better. Hang on, let me... Okay, line's clear. All right, let's go put this bad boy back in, shall we? Okay, here we go. I said, here we go. All right, so obviously, install is Oh, I missed this part. Okay, do not forget, you're gonna need this little plastic doohickey that was on the center little, it goes to this. It goes to the center line that goes in the very middle. So make sure you take it off of the old unit and reuse it. Okay, it just snaps on real easy. Make sure you do not break it. You're gonna have a bad time. You probably have to go to Nissan to get that part. And just a heads up, if nobody's bought anything from them for a while, it's expensive. I spent a ton of money on parts from them. It sucked a little bit. Okay, here we go. Click and done. That is a finished install, boys. Okay, so now we get to try to go put some gas in this thing. Let's see how that goes. The thing that's frustrating is you have to fill this thing up so dang slow. Can you guys see the numbers? Yeah, you can see it. It's like ridiculously slow. And it takes forever just to fill the dang tank. So I'm thinking the only other thing that it could be is the flapper in the tank. I think. Unless something's wrong with the sending unit. Like something's blocking the tube or something like that, but man, I really don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this. Okay, so all of the symptoms literally pointed at it being the vapor canister. Okay, so what I had was I had a couple of check engine lights for it. I had issues on trying to fill it up. That's tall tale sign usually of trying to fill it and it spills back out at you. If I don't do that, I have, like, so basically what I got to do is I got to just hold the handle to where it does say a tenth of a gallon every probably 5 seconds or so. It takes a while. It takes a while to fill up the tank. So it did that. Oh, and there was issues where I would fill it up and it would have trouble starting sometimes. Like right off the bat, there was one time it took me a good probably 7 seconds of cranking in order to get it to fire. And in the scheme of things, when you're sitting there counting, that's a long time. Like 7, maybe 10 seconds, but it was a long time. So all the symptoms pointed at the charcoal canister or vapor canister, whatever you want to call it, being bad, or the valve being bad. Literally every single symptom pointed at that. But now what I'm wondering is if I need to open up the gas tank, I might pull the sending unit, check the vapor line coming out of the top. I'll show you guys that. There's a vapor line coming out of the top, as well as I think there's a flapper. So the fill nozzle, so say it comes from the bed and goes into the tank. There is, I believe, a flapper on the inlet of that tank. If that's malfunctioning and like holding too much pressure closed, it might be backing up, but I'm honestly not 100%, but as far as the way I see it, that's the only two probabilities right now. What I could do is take the large hose off of the top of the vapor canister, the main inlet from the top of the tank. I could take that off and just set it off to the side and see how it feels like that. That's an option, but other than that, those other two things are what I'm going to check next. I say we go ahead and make ourselves a little journal entry reminding ourselves of this situation so in the future, maybe we can alleviate this. Dear Diary, perhaps you don't suck so bad at troubleshooting. And also, make sure that you do post your failures as well as your wins. Because unlike some of these other YouTubers, you're human. And you tend to suck sometimes, and it's a reality we all must face. Thank you, and good night. Enter.